Hello, my name is Kehinde Adegoke, otherwise known as Kehinde. I'm a writer, host, speaker, liberation, and intentional lifestyle coach. And you are welcome to Monday Motivation. On this platform, we motivate, we inspire you, liberating you from just living into intentional living. And if this is your first time watching us, please do not hesitate to subscribe, like, share, and follow us. This could be a blessing to someone. You don't want them to miss that opportunity of growing. So what are we talking about today? So today we're talking about a virus that poses a threat to your growth and to your achievement in life. And what are we talking about? We're talking about procrastination. So what is procrastination? Procrastination is the action of delaying or postponing something. So what is it that you have been postponing? What is it that you have been putting a time to, but you never just meet your time or meet the target? What is that thing that you've said, I am going to start tomorrow, but you never did? Oh, I'm going to start in the next hour, I never did. I'm going to start in the next 5 minutes, but never. I'm going to start next month or next year. Perhaps you were among those people in the year 2021 thinking, I am going to start living my purpose in the year 2022, or I am going to start doing all of those things that I'm supposed to do. Write a book, or be a podcast host, or be a YouTube host, or be a coach, or enroll yourself, in training so that you could be that speaker. Or you can write those songs that you already have the lyrics to, or get yourself into the studio to publish it. So what are those things that you've placed a timeline to, but you never eat them? So what are the dangers of procrastination? One of the dangers of procrastination is it causes underperformance. How come I've not been able to achieve this particular thing? But you cannot achieve it because you carry upon yourself a self-doubt. And because you have that doubt, it is hindering you from being able to achieve those things that you have set in place. It increases your anxiety level, and you find yourself juggling a lot of things in your mind, but you have never drawn out an action plan that could actually help you fulfill those things. You already have a target at your place of work, but you do not have that time to sit down to establish what is the problem that you want to tackle, identifying the problem so that you can then look for the solution to tackle that particular thing. Hence, you will be underperforming, and you would realize that even at your place of work, there is no growth, there is no promotion. People do not even see the effect of what you're doing, because when you are supposed to do those things, when you're supposed to sacrifice your time to do that particular thing, you kept on postponing it to the very last minute. And by the time you go back to it at the last minute, you realize that you drain your energy and you drain yourself. Then you begin to doubt if you are truly, or if you are the one for the position. Being the one for the position is not actually the question, but how much time are you willing to give into it? When are you able to say, I am ready, it's my goal time, I need to achieve this, I have set a time and I need to keep to this time? How can you be self-disciplined in that area? When you're not self-disciplined, you rob yourself of the growth that you're supposed to see in yourself. So how can you move from this place of procrastination, or what can you do to help you in the place of procrastination? One is you need to find your power hour. When is that particular time that you know that it is your most productive time? When is your most productive time? Is it in the middle of the night? Is it in the evening? Or is it in the morning? Whenever that is, you need to set a boundary for you to be able to achieve those things that you've planned to do during your power hour. Try not to pick up any calls at that particular point in time. Try not to be distracted by seeing a movie when you know that you're supposed to be doing something else. Because the more you procrastinate that particular thing, waiting to the very last minute will only help you underperform, because then you can actually do more research regarding that particular thing. But because you've placed it on the last hour, the results you're going to get is going to be a rushed result. It won't be processed enough to be able to know this is actually what I'm supposed to get at the end of the day. So you might want to strategize. Find your power hour, find that moment that you are more productive, and then put your target in that time. Put your action plan at that time so that you can be able to do it at your free period, at that moment that you know that you can actually achieve those set goals. And the next one is you need to set a bite-sized goal. Stop setting yourself a big goal that you cannot achieve. Start from something smaller, because by the time you're able to hit your first target, it automatically motivates you into going to the next one. And by the time you finish the next one, you are eager to go for the next. And before you know it, you've finished it. And that is why you need to streamline your goal so that you can be able to break them into little action plans that can help you move closer to where you are going. Then you'll be able to get the desired result for that particular thing. The next one is try to be flexible with your schedule. After time, you want to have a schedule of, I have to do this particular thing at 1 a.m. And because some days are different from another, if you're not able to achieve it at that particular time, then you begin to see yourself as a failure. Or then you say, oh, I've not achieved this today, maybe tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, you can't achieve it, then next tomorrow. So it is best if you can give yourself a margin of saying from 1 to 3, so that if anything happens, you can know that you've still got another hour or 2 hours for you to still be able to achieve that particular goal. So make sure that you're setting a flexible schedule for yourself so that you don't want to be too rigid. Are you a Christian and at a point in time you've set yourself a goal of praying in the midnight? The first day, maybe something happened, you slept late, and then you slept in, and you're not able to observe your prayer, and then you woke up feeling unfulfilled, feeling, oh, I have done something unforgivable. Have you ever found yourself in that position? I have found myself in that position so many times until God liberated me from that particular thought to say that that is a goal, that is a time that you have set for me, but I am always available whenever you want to reach me. So I wake up some morning and I still go before my God and still observe my prayer. So if you are that kind of a person and you know that a fixed one will not work for you, try to expand the margin for you to be able to still fulfill your goal, because you don't want to see yourself as a failure. You don't want to see yourself as missing your target, but you want to be able to spread the time and make sure your timing is flexible enough so that it can accommodate any emergencies that could alter the plan. And the next one is try to disconnect your social media. We want to have our phones on, and before you know it, there's this update. Maybe your best coach is online, or your best speaker is online, or your best celebrity is on. Then you just want to just leave whatever you're doing and jump on there to support them. Yes, it's very good to support them, but after time, they will be glad if you are able to achieve your target. They will be proud of you if you are able to achieve your goal, and you also, someone is watching you. So each time you miss your target, each time you don't care about the things that you're supposed to do that could be a blessing to other people, then you are failing them in one way or the other. So you might want to disconnect your social media. And for me, sometimes what I do is I don't want to turn off my phone because I am so many people emergency contact. So what I do is I just put my phone on silence and then turn the face of my phone down. I cannot see anything. And by the time I'm done, I pick up my phone and I could see people that I have to ring back, and immediately I jump straight right into it. You might want to start thinking of things that could work for you, that could help you disconnect from the noise that is around you so that you can be able to stay focused at that particular point in time and produce solutions to the people who need it. The next one is don't try to be perfect. A lot of time we have a specific way we want things to turn out. It may not be that, but it does not mean that it's not right, but it's just not perfect to you. I remember the first time I wanted to go into podcasting. What I realized is I downloaded like 3 different podcasts. I couldn't even start it. Whenever I record anything, I go through it and I'm thinking, no, this is not perfect. No, this is not going to be a solution to anyone. No, this is not going to feed anyone. No, no one is going to be interested in this. And I wasted almost a year until I got a liberation, until I found a coach in that area that was able to coach me and tell me that it does not have to be perfect, but it has to be a message from within. It does not have to be perfect, but the more you do it, the more you grow in it, the more you go back and look at those places that you think that still need a little bit of touch, and you'll be able to do it. But if you don't start at all, you will not know where you need to put in more effort. You will just be procrastinating and eventually just give up on that particular thing, thinking it's not for you. Whereas you just have to take the first step that will lead to that picture that you have envisioned in a long time. The next one is really important. It is in 2 ways. One is do not punish yourself, and the second one is reward yourself. Regardless of what has happened, take for instance, you've set a goal and you've been able to achieve it, even if it's just for one day. Try to reward yourself for it. Make sure that you set a time that you reward yourself and you tell yourself, for hitting this goal, this is what you get. Or even if it's just to acknowledge yourself and say, oh, Kehinde, you've done really well. It's also a reward, or you've touched a life today. Well done. It's a reward. Many times we wait for people to tell us this, but you need to know there is something inside of you that will tell you that you've done something right when you've done it right, without anyone telling you. So you need to take up that place and reward yourself. Buy yourself that top, buy yourself that shoe, buy yourself that perfume, book a spa for yourself, reward yourself, love on yourself. Stand in front of the mirror and say beautiful things about yourself. Those things are reward. You are energizing that part of you. You're self-motivating yourself at that particular point in time to say that yes, you are something. Before anyone tell you that, you already know that. And the next one is to not punish yourself. So if you have set a goal and you've not been able to achieve that particular goal, do not beat yourself up. Do not tell yourself how much of a failure you are, but instead sit yourself down and then look at it, speak to yourself and ask yourself questions. Like, why did I not achieve this? Try to highlight it down. Once you've highlighted those things down, stand up and tell yourself, you've made a mistake in these places, but this is how we're going to do it better. Stand up, embrace yourself. Tell yourself that you are not a failure. Tell yourself you didn't get it right this time, but it has opened you up to learn more about it and then get it right the next time. So it does not matter how many times that you are falling, but how many times that you rose up after falling. That is a story to tell. One day, someone somewhere will need that story of how you fell and how you rose up again. So do not even procrastinate because you think that you might fail or because you failed before. You're not a failure until you stop trying. So you need to give yourself room to try, to get better and to get bigger. Till I see you again next week, do not procrastinate, but go for it. Do it while being scared. Do it while being afraid. And by the time you get the result, you will be glad you took that first step. Bye for now.